visualization exercising before this one, and they're paying off.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Montgomery. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Get in the weight room. Get up.
2nd and 6. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Ready?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a carry for the fullback. This is Andy Janovich. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Watch the out. Check it back. Topper.
Back to throw. Love. It's hauled in by Shepard. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
It's just me and you.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got this to his running back, Ty Montgomery. And he'll be out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Noah Fant, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. To throw, it's Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately. I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Now, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Let's go, D. Big series right now.
Looking to throw. Love. This complete to the former Longhorn Marcus Johnson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. So they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run, and just lost track, and it cost him.
Check, 93's the mic.
To throw on third down. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they try the right side here. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
That's good for Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here we go, back. 20! Oh, here we go.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
20! Great. Get that quarterback!
Now a handoff looking right. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
It's our time.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here we go on 4th down. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. The Broncos say they have it. They do. And they're going to come. Empty here on 4th down.
Result of the play,
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
Here we go. 180!
I'm coming for you. You mine. Sit.
Now they try the right side here. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
From the 40 now on second down. Wentz going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You've got to cash in and get some points.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down.
Hey, kill. Hey, Ford, don't kill.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Hey, box drop.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 25 yards that time.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Throwing now is Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Go. 180!
Rip left. Check 31.
Hey, Buck. This by 7.
Mike 51.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Reset. Ready.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Check. 93's the mic. You run. Slam.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Here we go. Set. 60 orange. Here we go. Check 99. Check. And go.
On third down, it's Montgomery. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Back to throw. Love. And his throw here's incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Check, 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 check. Check three, check three.
To throw again. Love. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. J.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Let's go now. 30 pace. Let's go.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a
Delta.
93's the mic. 93's the mic.
Hey, defense. Hey, defense. Let's go.
Check. 93's the mic. 93's the mic.
It's our time. It's our time. Sit hut. Yep.
93's the mic.
Tighten up. Tighten up. Ready.
Looking to throw. Love. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by McManus is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go, here we go.
Working from the gun, Wentz lets it go for Nelson. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Operating from the gun, Love. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Open man here is Hamilton.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
They go play action here on 1st down. Buying time to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the 1st half. There goes a deep ball, end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. As Sanders has it poked free. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they are going to set up shop. At the 40-yard line.
Result of the play, 1st down and 10.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
Here we go. Back. 180.
Bring it. Bring it.
Check 26, check 26.
Grade 57.
Showing it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. To throw is Wentz. And that is going to be incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Looking to throw on second down. Love. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
Ready. You want Mike, Charlie? Cut.
Well, Mike 51, Mike.
Ready.
On first and 10, Love. Got a man that's complete to Hamilton. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll run on first down. Montgomery. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a second and 13. Second and 13. Open man is Galladay, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10.
Watch it.
Check. Protein spill. Echo.
Check. 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Come off the ball. Check. 93's the mic.
Go.
Come on.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Derek Barnett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Back to throw. Love. He's got this complete to Hamilton. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Broncos on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Broncos on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Love. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wentz. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. Well, the screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. The Eagles indeed snap it. Wins. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Throwing on 1st down. Love escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Montgomery. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their 1st timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And this is the 10th carry for Ty Montgomery. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. The Broncos on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Montgomery on the counter. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Kenny Galladay hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Now Wentz. It's complete to Hopkins. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards. Now they try the right side here. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. And to give this time to the tailback. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Here we go. 180!
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Here we go. 180!
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
2nd down and goal. Wentz to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles get a score closer. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13.
Broncos 20, Eagles 7. Austin Seibert set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. It's up and good, and they add one more to what will wind up a fairly lopsided victory. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Broncos, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5.